MBC is here. I'm your host, David McDonald. We got Miller, we got Blackman, and we got Cleo. How's everybody doing
What's
today?
going on?
What's
All
up?
right, all right.
Yeah, had a little cold spell. Things are looking pretty good right now. It's supposed to be 54 tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. Let's go ahead and jump right into this episode. All right. If you had the opportunity to get a message out to like a large group of people, I guess in the way we do with this show, but if you had a chance, like maybe like a TV commercial or something like that, you had a chance to get a message out to a large group of people, what would your message be?
My message will be um expand your menu because you never know when you might need to get the urge to eat a possum or a coon or a squirrel or something like that. In case the world come to apocalypse, you can't rely on chicken and grass.
Okay, okay. So expand what you eat, whatever. Okay, okay. What you got, Cleo?
Stop
Talking to
being
you,
so,
Jane.
stop being so delusional.
Stop being so what?
Believing in stuff so delusional. Stop
Okay.
believing in stuff that you know ain't there. And asking for stuff that's it's almost impossible, but in your delusion, you think it's there.
Okay. All right, that's a good one. What you got, James?
Well, if I had to get a message out to a large crowd, come one, come all, hear what I got to say, and go straight to the point. Not beating around no bushes or nothing.
So I'm saying, like, if you had to declare what, like the first, like if you could only do that once and had one message, one thing to say, what would that be?
Well, if I got one thing to say, I just come out and say it. Ain't no hiding. Just say what you got to say. Say what you mean and mean what you say, and stick to it.
Okay. Don't beat around the bush. Just be direct. I got you.
You hear that, AJ?
Yes, sir.
I'm sticking to what I say. I'm not eating no coon, no possum, no squirrel, no none of that.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
You probably done ate all that.
No, I haven't.
In the 80s, wasn't they feeding y'all? I know they were feeding us that in the Marine Corps. You were probably eating that stuff just as good.
Hold up, man. I didn't come in until '89, so I didn't have that stuff.
Oh,
I know. Shoot, I came in '93, and I know we were at leadership school at Fort Benning at the time, and we
y'all never went.
What's that?
Y'all never went on jungle training, Miller?
No.
Not jungle training, but I mean we were doing land nav through the swamp, and we ended up encountering a moccasin, and our instructor, he said that's a snack. So he sliced and diced it. We cooked it.
That's what we did on jungle. That's what we did on jungle training. Shit
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now down in Bragg for the Robert Sage program, they bought live chickens and goats out there, and I know this one E4. He cut the goat head off and skinned it and did all of that. I did a chicken, but I didn't eat it.
You ain't eat no goat either. You don't eat goat either.
No.
Oh, that stuff is almost like natural food for America.
Well, you can have it.
Goat, deer, that's ate everywhere.
No. Mm-mm.
If I had the ability to get a message out to a large group of people, I would say, parents, it's not the teacher's job to educate your children. Yes, they give them instruction, but that reinforcement is needed at home. And that could be anything from math to actually just behaving in general. A lot of times, a lot of the kids that I encounter in schools these days, you would think the parent just said,
that's the delusion.
From 7:30 to 4, that kid is your responsibility. But they reserve the right. Oh no, my child couldn't have done that. It's like, no, your child did do that. Your child said that, and he or she did that. So I would say parents get involved and stay involved. That's what I would say.
That's the delusion. Once they send them to school, they're yours. My job is not to teach them. That's what we send them to school for. That's a whole lot of with people that says that.
Yeah.
That's why we send them to school. If we wanted to teach them, we teach them ourselves. That's your job. That's what you get paid for. That's their delusion. And they mean it.
All right, y'all. This is going to be one that I guess this is like open to your interpretation, of course. What does the American dream mean to you?
The American who?
The American dream.
Oh, I'm living the American dream. I'm not, to me, it don't mean you're rich with a lot of money or great big giant size house. It's just being able to do everything you want to do in life. You can travel. You got money to spend on a daily basis. You got a nice home. You got a nice car, family. That's the American dream. Now, over top of that, when you super rich, don't nobody really have that dream. That's just a extra boost.
Right.
But to just live a good life.
I got you.
Outside of the prison walls. That's the American dream.
Freedom's important. Yeah, I got you. You know, it's so subjective, you know, when someone says, you know, good life, or I got a good house, or I got a good car, or whatever. It's so subjective because, you know, someone could be like, hey, a good house is, hey, I have a house that I own that I don't have a mortgage to. You know, it could be 2 bedrooms, 800 square feet, you know,
right.
And in somebody else's mind, they need to have a 6 bedroom, 4,500 square foot home, but they got a $3,000 mortgage. But, you know,
that's that delusional guy.
What's that?
That's that delusional guy.
Right.
One that's living way over top of his head. Yeah. Every one of them high-priced people, I can't pay my mortgage. I'm this. I gotta go. People making $150,000, $200,000 going to food banks, and that don't make sense. You know you living over your head.
Yeah.
Work for a month without going to a food bank, or your shit gonna be behind.
No. Well, my thing is just being comfortable. You know, living the dream is just being comfortable, doing what you want to do legally, not illegal, but legally. You know, let me clear that up, you know, so, and don't have to, you know, you ain't really gonna answer to nobody, you know, and you got to worry about looking over your shoulder or to your left and your right. Just do you.
I got you. I think for me, I guess part of the American dream that I would say is being in a situation where working because you want to, not working because you have to, you know, because that takes the stress out of it right there. It's like if you're getting up in the morning, you know, you're checking into your 9-to-5 job, and you know, I mean, kind of like what Cleo said, you know, it's like you live in paycheck to paycheck, and you go 30 days without, you know, a job, and next thing you know, you're looking at an eviction notice. So being able, you know, working a job because you want to, not because you have to, you know, having the ability to start your own business, or to pursue higher education, or to visit family, you know, more than once a year, you know, that may not live local to you. So that, you know, that's kind of, you know, in my mind, you know, part of, you know, the American dream. What you got, AJ?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm so young, I don't even know what the American dream is.
Man, you living the American dream. Stop playing.
Right. You're right. It's a possibility I am, but so I'm gonna just piggyback off what y'all said. To me, the American dream is being financially stable, not have to worry or stress about bills. Like I hear a lot of people around me say, like Dave said, I can go home whenever I want to, back and forth with family. I put myself in a situation to where it's like, okay, I don't need to worry about this, or just giving myself that mindset of me telling my kids that y'all gonna have what I didn't have growing up, which also gives me the perspective of I gotta do whatever I need to do in order for my kids to be successful in life, you know? So that's the American dream to me. My kids not being able to work. That's the American dream.
Gotcha.
But you want to teach them how to work at a young age, son. So that'll be instilled in them.
You're right.
You give them everything they want and they don't have to do nothing to get it. That's when they turn out bad.
I can give you a prime example. LL Cool J. He did that to his kids. And look at what his kids at today.
Break that down for us, James. I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, he didn't give kids everything. He had his kids work for what they wanted.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
One is a very successful designer. His oldest daughter is a designer. His son is in the music business. And I forgot what the baby girl was doing, but she's all three of them is very successful. And he didn't do no what is it? He didn't raise his kids to be with a silver spoon in their mouth. They had to work and go to school to get what they wanted. You know, I was looking at that the other day. You know, I didn't know that he did that to his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know,
because
but
most
I'm
of them that just give the kids, them the ones that get in trouble. If you got to work and you know what you're doing, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. I started working at a young age. Everybody in my family started working at a young age. All of us are doing great because we never had to ask for nothing. Everybody always had a job, went to school, got good education, and it worked. People around us that was, I guess, more fortunate didn't have to do it. Them the ones that went to jail. Nobody in my siblings ever went to jail for nothing little minor crime. Well, I went for a little speeding, but it wasn't that big. And then one of my brothers went for littering. That's it. That's the good life when you can say that. And it was 12 of us. You got 12 kids, every one of them graduated school, and damn near every one of them graduated college. And nobody in jail? Man, that's success. But we learned at an early age. If you want it, go work for it. Mama never took no money from us. Never had to pay a light bill in my mama's house. I left at 17. Never in my life paid a bill in my mama's house. And worked almost all my life. All my money was my money, but I bought my own clothes, bought what I couldn't buy. She did it. But other than that, every one of us worked out good because we was not given.
Gotcha.
We earned it.
Gotcha. All right, all right, I guess this is one like self-reflecting on ourselves, or should I say introspective. What do you like most about yourself?
I just told you. I like everything because I've always been me. I ain't never followed nobody. I always did what I wanted to do, and I've always been, I say, successful in it. I've always, not to the top, but I've always been in the middle ground where you can say, yeah, that guy doing good. Or yeah, that guy, he all right. And mine is never hit the follow.
I'm gonna agree with Cleo. That's me. I ain't never been a follower. I like my personality. I like how people can single me out from somebody else or a group of people and be like, oh yeah, I can talk to him about anything. He look like he can give me this type of advice. Or he just look like a cool dude. So yeah, it's definitely my personality. It's just me being a leader, never a follower.
I got you. Yeah, I agree. What's that, James?
I said I would agree. Just being comfortable of who you are. That's the main thing. Because you got a lot of people out here that's not comfortable and they want to be somebody else. You know, but for me personally, I'm comfortable for who I am. You know, you got to like yourself. Then again, you got to love yourself. If you don't love yourself or like yourself, then how are you going to get other people to respect you or even step up to you and listen to you? You know, so I agree with what Bale is saying.
Gotcha. Yeah, I would say if I had to identify one thing I like about myself, I would say I'm dependable. Not the most handsome, not the tallest, not the fastest, you know, as far as all that goes, but, you know, I'm dependable. That's one thing I definitely like about myself. If I tell you I'm in your corner, I'm there. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I follow through. So I would say
Exactly.
dependable.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. If you had to teach someone something, like if it was one thing or one task or whatever that you had to teach, what would it be?
You want me to go first again?
Sure.
Hey, you want that one, AJ?
Yeah,
Me?
I'll take. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You can take this one.
Me personally, if I had to teach somebody something, it would be how to carry yourself. How to carry yourself in public, how to carry yourself in life, how to carry yourself around people. Man, honestly, recently I talked to a group of young guys, man. A couple of them, man, they grown, but they don't have license. They didn't graduate high school. I talked to a couple guys, man. I tried to give them that talk that I was giving, bro. You gotta start applying yourself. Stop trying to fit in with a crowd. Stop trying to impress this person. Stop trying to go after this stuff because this person went after this stuff. It don't work like that. You gotta start for yourself. You go step by step. You gotta build. You gotta focus on you. You can't make everybody proud all at once. Of course, you're gonna have some people that walk away from you. You're gonna have some people that stick by your side, but at the same time, you gotta focus on yourself in order to get to a certain place in life. That's what I tell people. And I tell them to read the Bible, pray, and go to church if they can.
Right. If I got to teach someone, it would be being respectful. Because these kids that's coming up now, Lord have mercy. There's some very disrespectful kids that's coming up now. You know, they'll cuss you out without a shadow of a doubt. You know, now while we growing up, that's where the whippings come in. And you did what? Okay, we'll deal with that when we get home. You know, but these kids today, very disrespectful.
That's the parents.
Yeah, you blame that on the parents.
Yeah, the parents are young too. They don't.
Yeah,
you can't blame it on the parent.
Yes, you can, because most of the parents tell them how to be disrespectful.
They'll send their kids to school, and if your teacher do something to you, hit them back or tell them, say this to your teacher, do this. Man, my mom and dad ain't too much with me, but their grandma of mine, she put belt the ass every time I did something wrong. If you want belt the ass, it was switch the ass.
You turn on
stitching cord the ass.
You turn on damn computer, that's all you see, little kids on that cussing people out, the dad and mama sitting back laughing, thinking that shit's funny.
That's not parenting right there. Because
that's what I'm saying, but they parents. They're not parenting, you're right. But they parents.
No parent's gonna teach your child to be disrespectful.
Miller,
yes, they do.
A whole bunch of them does it.
I know a couple.
It's a whole bunch of them. All you gotta do is turn your computer on.
I know one got a little girl. I think she like 4, 5 years old. The little girl know what a cigarette is, a black and mild is. She know how to cuss. When she cuss, her mama just laugh and smile. No, that is not how you teach kids.
You're right. You're not supposed to teach that. But those,
they parents. They're teaching. I know what you're saying, Miller. But they are parents. They're not good parents, but they're parents.
Back in my day, it was hard. It was hard to label a kid and be like, I think they gonna go to jail or she gonna end up pregnant at a young age. He ain't gonna be nothing in life. Nowadays, you can look at a kid and tell. You can tell. If they walking with the cloud over their head and telling you how their life gonna turn out.
I mean, James, the choice that you said about teaching respect, that's a great one. You could do that. You could be Uncle James, or you could be a big boys mentor at a community center. That's a great one. I think, they're not talking against what you're saying. They're just saying what people aren't doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine would be telling them, please don't mess with drugs. Please stay in school. Because if you ain't messing with drugs, 9 times out of 10, you ain't going to jail. If you get a good education, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a nice job and your life is going to be good. Not gonna be the greatest, but it's gonna be good.
Well, how you gonna teach your child that if you smoking in the vehicle or in the house in front of your child?
I'm not gonna do drugs in front of my child.
I'm not saying you, but you got a lot of parents.
A whole lot of people, but I'm saying what I would tell them.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're right. And the parents will probably hand them the cigarette or hand them the joint. See, and we think it's wrong, but the law allows you to do that. If you got a child in the state of Virginia, you can sit back in your house with a child and drink with him. Yes, sir. That's the law in Virginia. You can take your child and you can drink with him underage in your home. You can do that.
You can do that anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's legal.
Yeah.
It's legal. But the average parent don't do that because they got common sense. They don't want the child. Most parents, believe it or not, want the child to succeed. And then you got some that don't want them to succeed. Oh man, what you crying all that for? We don't do that. We go to jail. We steal. That's us. You know, and when they come home and they doing good, they look down on them. Look at him. He think he better than us. I've seen it a million times in my life. Same family telling him. Because he ain't out smoking drugs. He's doing the right thing, going to work, getting off, taking care of his family.
That's pretty crazy.
You got a point. You got a point.
You
go back home.
What's that?
When you go back home, you ain't been home for a while, people see what you doing and stuff. First thing they say, hey, come on, let's go over here. Let's go get a drink. Let's go do it. You tell them, no, oh, man, you think you better. Man, get out my face before I start to taste out your mouth, man.
Yeah, man, I outrode that. I can remember, man, the valedictorian in my senior year. This guy went to Howard University, graduated top in his class, had one of the greatest day-gun jobs you could ever get, money-wise, down in Atlanta. And I don't know what they done to him or what happened to him because he was a 3-star athlete, baseball, basketball, football, and he did everything right. I came home one weekend. We had stopped. Everybody had stopped. He didn't smoke no drugs, no none of this when he was in school. Mm-hmm. We stopped. And I came home one day and went by and seen him, me and my brother-in-law. Now all of us had done our drugs and our shit was done with. Hey man, you come on, man, let's get high. I ain't never did no drugs coming up. And he just went completely crazy. Right now, he's living as a bum. Yeah, he got graduated top in his class in high school and Howard University. Yeah, he had one of the best jobs in the world.
He got turned out by somebody. Yeah, he got turned out, unfortunately. Yeah, I think for me, if I had to identify something to teach, I would teach a life skill. You know, blue collar jobs are, you know, it's weird. It's like it comes in patterns. It's like, you know, there was a period in time, at least, you know, during my life, it's like, you know, they would say, hey, you know, the only way you can be successful is get a college degree. And now things are starting to turn full circle where it's like blue collar jobs, not only are they in demand, but there's a shortage. And a lot of high schools have actually, they've actually developed partnerships with community colleges and whatnot, that kids are getting some of those qualifications in high school and going right into a good job right after high school, because all those jobs are, you know, they need to be filled.
Yeah, those jobs always paid more than college jobs, but people just look at a college job as a clean job and suit tie. But a welder and all that always made more coming right out. You go to college, come back a social worker, you making $25,000, $30,000 a year. You could go in the shipyard and make $50,000, $60,000 a year welding.
I mean, I know people right now, you know, GED making $250,000 a year.
Yeah.
In computers. GED, 10th grade education. They said, no, high school, I'm done. Went and got their IT certs, all their certifications, you know, making $3-4 grand a week. What? Mm-hmm. So teach a life skill. That's what I would do. Yeah. crazy stuff, man.
That's what I always try to do. Keep a good skill. I
Yeah.
went from welding, truck driving to computers. All good money jobs.
Yeah.
And I kept it going.
Yeah.
I ain't
All right.
really been.
All right, here's a good one. Here's a good one. If they say you learn from your mistakes, then why are we always so afraid to make a mistake?
Because you don't really learn nothing.
Yeah, it's a mind thing.
Why do you so clear? Why they said don't really learn nothing? What do you mean?
Because you don't. Because 9 times out of 10, every mistake you're gonna repeat it again. And if you're repeating something, that means you didn't learn something. Because if you learn, if you know, you say people there, you stick your hand in the fire, you won't do it no more. Or touch a hot stove, you won't do it no more.
Mm-hmm.
But 9 times out of 10, you'll do it again somewhere down the line. So you ain't learned nothing.
Well, I think that may be true with some situations.
Mistakes only tell you how to do it better. They don't learn you nothing. They just tell
Okay,
you.
so but now you just said mistakes show you how to do it better. So isn't that a learning? That's a learning curve, though, right?
In a sense, I guess. I guess you could say that. But you're gonna do it again, so you really still ain't learned nothing. But you just learn how to do it a better way. You know, you might put on a glove and it's not gonna burn as bad, but you're still gonna get burned. So you really ain't learned nothing.
That's just like I look at the first car I bought. You know, the whole thing, like the loan. You know, trying to get it with no money down. Didn't really care. It's like, hey, I don't want my parents or my whoever to co-sign. I want to get it myself. You didn't buy a
car in the Army when you first went in and got made PFC?
What's that?
You didn't buy a car when you first made PFC?
No. That's my point. My point is, it's like the way that the whole process of buying a car, the way I did the first time, I would never do that now. You know, they see soldiers coming like, ooh, he wanted up.
Yes, you would. I mean, if you was in that situation, you would. Your only reason you wouldn't do it now, you're not in that situation. They will give it to you. You ain't had to have nobody sign for you. You walk out base, have your ID card in your pocket. You go on a lot. Yes, sir, Mr. Bell.
But that's what I'm saying, though. I'm saying it's like, I you know, as far as like, you know, making that mistake, it's like, you know, I wouldn't pay double-digit interest, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but was it a mistake? That was all you could get.
It was a bad choice.
Huh?
It was a bad choice. Could have just saved up and paid cash for one.
At 18?
Yeah.
Where you gonna get the cash from? Where were you gonna get the cash from?
I don't know. I mean, you know.
And so that's not a bad choice. It sounded like a bad choice, but it really wasn't if you wanted a car, because we had no other choice.
Well, see, now, and that's the thing. I did have a car. I just wanted a new car. I wanted a newer car. I had a car free, own it in the clear. I just wanted something.
See, I bought my first car when I got out of boot camp, made a couple checks, went to Camp Lejeune, bought a car.
Gotcha. Yeah, my first car.
And I didn't buy mine from down to Camp Lejeune either. I bought mine from at home.
Okay.
And still got a bum deal.
Yeah, my first car, me and my uncle, we did it. You know, went to the junkyard, got an engine. It was a vehicle that was sitting up in my parents' yard. It needed a new engine. It was just sitting there, and you know, 6 weeks of hard work, and I drove that car for 5 years. It was just one of those things where I didn't value the money that I was making. That's why I said, you know, I didn't have to buy a newer car, but it's something I wanted. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm telling you, I definitely didn't value money back then.
Right.
Yeah. I knew my check was coming every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. What you got, James?
The question is, can you, if you make a mistake, can you learn from your mistake? Yes. You can learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because, you know, you made that mistake, you know, you're not going to do it no more. Now, I disagree with Bailey. He said somewhere down the line, you're going to do it again. That's not always true. You know, if you're a weak-minded person, of course you're going to do it again.
Yeah.
But see, you got to realize this too. And AJ, check this out now. The only reason why Bailey made those mistakes, he never got his ass whooped.
He got that ass whooped. That's what it was.
And let me tell you something. You said that, but there is nothing you've ever done, you, me, AJ, or Dave, that you ain't done twice.
There's a lot of things I have not done twice.
Me personally. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Name
What you
one
gonna
thing
say?
you ain't done twice. You done had a girlfriend, you lost her. You got another one. You had a car, you lost
But
it.
that's not a mistake, though.
Yes, there are mistakes. I guarantee you some of them was mistakes.
How that's a mistake?
Every mistake you done twice. That's why you don't learn from them.
No, I haven't. No, there's nothing that happened because I know the consequences. Why should I put myself in that predicament?
What have you done only once?
Been in a serious relationship? Yeah, that's all you can do. You can't say nothing.
Because I know that's a lie. I know you done been in more than one serious relationship.
No,
I know that.
If I was in a serious relationship, man, I would be married right now.
No. It's a whole. People been in serious relationships and ain't married. You done had more than one woman you done called your girlfriend and you took her serious. And you're not gonna sit there and tell me you didn't.
It was only one that I took very
I can
serious.
tell you two right now that you told me about.
What two is that?
The woman you married and the woman that you had your daughter by. That's two right there.
No, I wasn't serious about the one when I was married.
You told me you were serious.
No, I did that. I did that for the money, for the family separation pay.
I'm
When I
telling
was
you,
overseas,
if you look back on your life, every mistake you done almost made, you did it twice.
What about the one in college?
Huh?
What about the one in college?
That's the one I'm talking. That's the one I'm
Exactly.
talking about. That's the one I'm talking about.
So,
That's the one.
hey,
I'm talking
James. James, is she the one that got away?
about. She was stolen from me.
How'd she get stolen?
Was it one of Cleo's boys?
But check this out though. Check this out though. If she asked me to come to be in her life now, the answer would be no.
Until she asked.
If she asked me right to this day that I want you, the answer will be no.
Until she asked.
Did I just say that?
I
If
said
she
until
asked
she asked.
If she asked me, the question is
And I'm
no.
saying until she asked. There's not too many people that will not go back.
Why would
And
I
you
go
might
back?
not take her serious, but you will go back.
Let me give you a phrase. Let me give you a little phrase. I don't chase, I replace.
It's not
Remember-
chasing. If she coming to you, you ain't chasing.
If she was my girlfriend before, why would she want to be my girlfriend today?
I know you didn't just ask that question, Miller. You
I
have
just
been in a relationship that went back and forward.
I'm trying to tell you, Billy, she would not be with me today.
She might not be with you, but that's still not going to stop her from asking, and it's still not going to stop you from touching.
You want to bet? I guarantee you I won't touch. I know me.
I know you would, because she it's something about her that you still wondering how she left you for that guy. And you would go back to just try to find that out right now.
No, I wouldn't, because
Yes,
I knew
you
the
would.
reason why. No, I wouldn't.
If she would come knock on your door right now, you would give her another shot.
Want to bet?
Yep. I'd bet every dime I got.
And you'll lose every dime that you got.
I might lose it, but I sure bet it.
And Lord have mercy.
AJ, what you got, man? What you got to that
Me
question?
personally,
Uh-huh.
me personally, mistakes, depending on how big the mistake is, you'll learn from it. But if it's a small mistake, it's more 9 times out of 10, you're gonna more than likely repeat that mistake. Mistakes will always be a part of your life. Like I said, whether it's big or small, it's up to you whether you're gonna learn from it. Big mistake, going to prison, you go back. I'm pretty sure you ain't gonna want to go back. That's
9 times out of 10 they go.
You right. Matter of fact, I was talking to a dude the other day. Cool dude. Just he met this one girl that they couldn't keep their hands off each other. He ended up going to prison for 2 years. Just off of that. Got out. Same thing again.
And I guarantee he said, I ain't gonna do this no more.
He did.
Exactly. It's hard not to, because there's
that's a
something
weak-
about a
that's a
mistake that
weak-minded
drives you to
person.
it.
That's a weak-minded person.
Nope. It's something about a mistake that drives you to it.
That's it.
No.
Mistakes are a part of your life. They're gonna always be a part of your life.
Yeah,
It's just
but it'll
like,
be different mistakes though. It won't be the same mistake. It'll be different mistakes.
Most people make the same mistake over and over and over again.
So you've been in that situation?
Yes, sir. I made the same mistake over and over and over again. That's how I can tell you.
And you ain't learned from it.
You
yet?
can't learn from it, bro, because it has nothing to do with learning. It's to do with, okay, this is something good. I like out here stealing. I can't stop. Now, I'm not saying that stealing, that's just one example. That's why you see people that tell you, I ain't going back to jail no more. But then he look, damn, I ain't got no money. I'm going to sell me some drugs. Get caught again. Get right back out. Same situation. I ain't doing this shit no more. And they sit there for a week on top of week. And then one day just snap. Gone again. That's what mistakes are. Or that's what people call mistakes. They not really mistakes.
What are they?
Life. Most mistakes are just life. You call it a mistake, and other people don't even call it a mistake. Some people say, well, I went with this lady, and I know I ain't had no business. That was a big mistake. It wasn't no mistake. You knew what you was doing.
Actually, you're right. It's not a mistake. That's a poor choice that person made.
But it's
That's
life. People make poor choices.
That's a choice.
And you, the man that preach the Bible all the time, should understand that. Because that's why God tells you that he can forgive you over and over and over again, because that's human nature. That's why you don't learn. The average man repeats his mistake. Big or small, they repeat them.
I'm
not saying you.
I think sometimes too it can be, depending, the eye of the beholder, in terms of someone interpreting that. Someone can say, "Oh, that's a mistake." Someone can say, "Oh, that's a bad choice." I mean,
there you go, right there.
It can be one and the same, but man is man. We all know that man ain't perfect, and you just have to hope and pray that ask for that wisdom not to make the same mistakes over and over. I mean, because it is definitely look at some of the foreign policy decisions that even our government has done over the last 75 years. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation, but
everyone of them get in there and say they ain't gonna make that same mistake and make that same mistake.
Yeah.
So you're telling me by Trump going into office, that was a mistake that the people made?
Yeah, you damn right it was.
I mean, but see, and I was gonna say, James, it's the same thing. Some people would call it a mistake. Some people would call it a questionable choice. But it's one and the same.
Yes, it is.
Depends on who's interpreting it.
And we would call it a mistake, and the people that voted for him would call it a questionable choice when it get done.
Yep.
It all depends on who did it.
All right, y'all. It's so funny.
Hold on, Dave. Before we leave the Trump thing, did you hear what he said today, though?
What happened today?
It's all where he told the people that if a woman take a man to child support, that he gonna get the tax money for it. If AJ leave his wife today and his wife take him to child support and he pay child support, the wife can't take the kids on her taxes. AJ got to take them on his. That's what he's trying to get passed.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I've seen situations.
Hell, it ain't a bad thing. You getting her sometimes $200 a month, and this woman spending $800-900 a month.
But what I'm saying is, I think the situations that I've seen involve marriage. Sometimes situations happen outside of marriage. I've seen divorces where it said verbatim in the decree it would alternate who could claim the kids on their taxes. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. But that's a good relationship.
Right.
But now he's saying he's trying to get it. If a woman take a man to child support, if he's paying child support, that he's going to give the tax money, the man carries the child, not the woman.
I had to.
Yeah, look it up. It's all over the place too.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, all of them talking about it. You know, the men loving it and the women hating it.
Now they finna go and ride. All the women finna ride.
But you know
Y'all
what? And,
put 'em in there.
that actually ties in a little bit to this other question. All right, so men have historically been the main providers for the house, you know, for the home. Why is it problematic, or why is it an issue for some men when a traditional values woman that they may be, you know, engaging in a relationship, expect them to carry the household?
Because that's an easy one, Dave. Everybody's equal now. A man should not, I'm equal. And don't ask me as an equal man to take care of a grown woman. It's just not, it's not real in today's world.
So
if you want it,
go ahead.
If you want it to be equal, that means everything we got comes together. If I gotta work, you gotta work. If I gotta pay bills, you gotta pay bills. That's equal. That's what they asked for. Now, if I tell you I don't want you to work, back in the day, my wife stayed home. I got home, my meal was sitting on the table. When I walked through the door, all I do was wash my hands, sit down to the table. That's fine. But where you gonna find that at?
It's still out there.
Not on no everyday basis. You might find it every now and then. But I'm talking about when you was growing up, when your daddy came home, his food was sitting on his table. Every day, not 2 days out of the week. I'm talking every day.
You'll find it down south.
Huh?
You'll find it down south.
You find every day.
Agreed.
East every day.
Every day.
Up north and then down in the east. Nah.
Every day.
Nah.
And you know what? I've actually seen the opposite of that too. I've seen scenarios where, you know, say if a woman was college educated, you know, had a good head on her shoulders, and you know, she was out there making the bread, you know, bringing home the bacon. I've seen scenarios where the guy was a house husband.
Exactly, and that's where it should be.
I mean,
everything is equal.
If I didn't have to do anything, that guy ran her bath water, he cooked the meals, he cut the grass.
And it shouldn't be. You just like take that old single girl or Mary J. Blige talking about. You see that men shouldn't have to pay a woman alimony. A woman shouldn't have to pay a man alimony. So if I ain't got to pay a woman shouldn't have to pay a man. Why should a man have to pay a woman if she making all the money? Think about it. It's the same thing. If today's world it had set up, only a fool would take care of a woman 100%, because 9 times out of 10 when she leaves with all the money that she done saved up, and you ain't got nothing, because she gonna take, you know, spend all your money, and then she gonna take all your money, and she done already stole all your money from where you done gave her the damn bank account.
You know, I think sometimes context comes into it. It's like, you know, if you were just married to someone and there are no children involved, you know, I don't necessarily know if alimony will be warranted, but the moment you bring children into it, that person could say, hey, I could have been in school, I could have been pursuing a career, but because of you, you know, I took the stress off of you, you know, and I took care of home. Yeah, in that situation, that person, you know, deserves alimony. I think it's a case by case with that, you know.
Ooh. Now, well, like I say, ain't no woman living with me and ain't spending no money. It's just not happening. I can be the richest man in the world. I could have Jeff Bezos money. You living in with me, you paying something.
What you got, Jay?
Let me ask you this. Is that godly though?
Is it godly?
Yeah.
Sure it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Cause what the good book say? The man is what? He is the provider.
That's before a woman asked for equal rights. A man was the provider when she was staying home, washing your clothes, cooking your meals, making sure the kids were going to school, making sure all the bills in the house was getting paid on time, making sure everything in that house was for me to come home, sit back, kick my feet off, hand me a beer, and I sit back and watch TV. That's when that was all about. Now, try to tell a woman to do that now. You paying all the bills, they don't want to do it. You look at, I'll give you another perfect example right now. Basketball player, He paying this woman $55,000 a month for 2 kids. She got him back in court right now for asking for $10,000 more to pay for a nanny, and she don't even work. Right now. And you tell me that makes sense.
Nah, I got nothing on that one. I remember back in the day when was it Brian Gubble? There was some black media person, I think it was in the late 80s, early 90s, you know, when they got hit up, I think they ended up getting hit upside the head for like 10 or 15 grand a month. I was just, you know, as a child thinking, I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot of money. And like you're saying, I don't know if that's based upon the area they live in, or I know sometimes, you know, judgments will go like, well, especially if they split custody back and forth, you know, go to an 8-bedroom house, go to a 2-bedroom apartment. It's almost like they seem like they're trying to bring the dual, you know, the households got kind of equal. That's why they get
Texas, the only one got it right.
What's that?
Texas got it right.
Who's that?
No matter how, Texas.
Okay.
No matter how much money you make in Texas, they got a cap. Texas got it right.
Yeah.
But you go to some of these states, come on now, you could have 15 kids, you ain't spending no $55,000 a month on no damn kids. And you sitting home asking for $10,000 more a month to pay for a nanny, and you sitting home.
Right.
And a judge, court should not even when that come into court and he heard that, all he's supposed to do is drop his hammer. Get out of my courtroom.
Yeah.
That's all that should be.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, you know, I've never dealt with, you know, that you know, law and whatnot, but it's like the only way that would remotely make sense to me is if that person was in school, if they were in school, or if they had a job. You know,
she got no job. She ain't in school. She just sitting home.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
She don't want to do nothing. And I'll tell you another one.
Yeah.
I know this is not. I mean, it's real world, but it's not real world because it don't happen every day. Just like the girl, the crazy singer girl, rapper girl, the Puerto Rican girl, Mexican, whatever she is. One head offset.
Yeah.
She.
What's her name?
She took all his money.
No, she didn't.
She took all his money.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. Took all his money. He went to the bank. All his money was gone. She took it all.
Well, first of all, you got to look at it.
And said it was her money.
Say what?
Said it was her money. Took it all.
That's her money.
Huh?
That's their money. It ain't her money.
She said it was hers, and she took it all. And ain't nobody saying nothing about that. Ain't no woman on her side. No, she know better than that. But you go do that to a woman.
AJ and James, y'all got anything? You got anything on that?
No.
I
don't see no equal into it though. Because the man should be the provider of that household.
I got you. All right, y'all. January 20th. Y'all know what's happening on January 20th, right?
Yeah.
What's that? Gets his wish.
What's that?
Bella gets his wish.
No. I'm talking about Notre Dame and Ohio State. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm telling you who it is.
Who y'all got?
The Buckeyes.
Well, I'm sticking with Notre Dame.
I don't care.
AJ, I just knew Texas was gonna, represent for the SEC.
No.
Man, they shouldn't even been there.
They should have been Texas and Notre Dame. The boy I don't know, he panicked in the end. That last interception just did him in.
What you mean he panicked at the end? No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. The game was going good until he threw that interception.
Oh, man, come on now. Ohio State was going up and down the field.
They was too. The score was all dead even until he threw that interception. And after that, it was the ball game.
No, come on now.
Notre Dame, I'm going with Notre Dame beating them this year.
They scored 14 points in the second half.
Exactly. But it was going good. They was up by them 7. And then what you call was marching down the field. And then he threw that interception. The boy ran it back. That was the game. That was it. One mistake.
It was already 21-7, you know, going
No,
into
it was 14. They were one score behind when he threw that interception. And he ran it.
They was playing catch up all night long.
Them boys were playing just as good a ball as they was until that one interception.
No. First opening drive, what the Ohio State do? Drove the ball down the field and score.
Well, I like to Notre Dame get it.
But to tell you the truth, Notre Dame should not be in there. It should have been Penn State, like I said. If he didn't miss that field goal.
I just said that by what you call now. You saying it?
Ooh, that was a 3-point game. 3 points is way
7 points. It
14
wasn't
now.
14 when he threw that interception.
They only got to win by 1 point, though.
That's all. You only got to win by 1 point.
I think y'all kind of saying the same thing. That one play, that changed the game.
That whole game.
Changed the game.
But then again, you got to realize here, Chip Kelly took it easy on him.
Why?
What you mean, why? He took it easy on him. You saw what he did against Texas, that Chip Kelly offense. You saw what he did at Texas. Come on now.
Hey,
Same thing about Tampa Bay and Washington.
Hey,
Tampa Bay took it easy on Washington?
It only takes 1 point to win.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And one mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I know there's a lady goes in my church. She's an Ohio State alumni. She is thrilled, you know, but she's a Dallas Cowboy fan also, so I use that against her. But it's gonna be either way it goes, it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think the game of the week though is gonna be Buffalo and Baltimore.
Baltimore gonna run. I hope Buffalo win, but I got a feeling Baltimore gonna do them the same daggone way they did them the first time. I guarantee you this though, whoever win that game is gonna be the most valuable player of the league this year.
Because they're both in they're both in the top 5 MVP consideration, I think.
I guarantee you, whoever win that game, that's your MVP.
But you
Buffalo win, what you call the MVP. If Baltimore win, he the MVP.
But you gotta realize this: they met in the beginning of the season, and Buffalo dominated them in the beginning of the season.
No, Baltimore beat the hell out of them, man.
No, they didn't.
And they blew them out.
No, they didn't.
They blew them out, Miller. I think they beat them like 30 or 40 to 3.
You cannot play in the cold weather.
Say what?
Cold weather. Jackson cannot play in no extreme cold weather.
They blew them out in the first game, Miller. Look it up. They blew them out. Wasn't even nowhere near close. They blew them out.
Are both of their stadiums outdoor stadiums?
Yeah, both of them outdoors.
Yes, but one is colder than the other.
Yeah, Buffalo a whole lot colder.
That's true.
But they in Baltimore.
No, they're not. It's in Buffalo.
Oh, yeah. They're in Buffalo this time.
They're the number 2 seed.
I think that might give Buffalo the edge. We'll see. I think it's going to be a good game.
Well, my picks for the Super Bowl is Buffalo and Detroit.
Okay.
I'm not going against Kansas City until they get knocked out. Now, over there, it's either going to be Philly or Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't see nobody else.
I think the Rams might beat Philly this weekend.
Oh, I would love, man. I'll be jumping for joy. You'll see me make me a good video on that one. I got one made for the Redskins. I made it for last week. But they made me put it down. I was good at put it on Facebook too. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. I just knew they had our ass.
That's funny.
I'm going to use that same one this week.
So let me ask y'all this. What do you think about the top coach for Dallas? You think Dion might get it?
I hope he don't even apply. I hope he don't
They
apply.
can't pay him.
Yeah. Me either. I don't
They got
hope
enough
people
money.
take.
What you mean they ain't got enough money?
They ain't got enough money to pay him and his son, so he ain't coming.
Shador ain't coming over there.
If the daddy come there, Shakur, he coming there and probably the wide receiver too. Shit,
No.
I don't see.
they not coming. Neither one of them.
They had to give up some serious picks in order to get the number 1 pick.
I wouldn't see Dion even considering Dallas a good job unless his son was going to the draft.
Exactly, and
So,
they can't pay him.
It ain't happening.
It's
They
not-
tied
At
up.
least not this year.
Yeah,
No, he's going this year.
No,
I'm out of I'll send it out to it, because
so
they're
you
looking at him
saying
as the number 3rd pick, huh?
you said Shador decided Shador decided not to play a year of college.
Yeah, he's going to the draft.
well,
That
today
must-
he said
Did that
they
change
gave
recently?
somebody $10 million. He said he might go back to get $100 million. We know they ain't gonna give him $100 million, but they'll give him a hell of a lot more than 10. If they gave somebody 10, they will give him a lot more than 10.
We'll see. All right, AJ, what do you think about Michael Vick going to Norfolk State?
Yeah, hometown legend. Feel like he have a good impact over there.
Yeah,
Especially support wise too, support from the people.
yeah.
I think he'll be a good asset at Norfolk State.
Yeah.
Norfolk State.
Yeah.
I ain't never been, never heard of. Well, it's not the SEC, so
Yeah, it's like it's he's gonna be the second highest paid coach in the state of Virginia.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let me see. Let me make sure. Is Norfolk State, are they FBS or FCS?
They
Yes.
FBS.
What's that?
They FBS.
Are you sure? I thought they're FCS.
No, they was, but when they moved up, they went FBS. Because a lot of schools like not Southern, but FAMU, Bethune, all of them is FBS now.
Okay. The only coach that makes more than him in the state of Virginia is William and Mary's coach. The William and Mary's coach makes about $10,000 more than what they're giving Michael Vick.
Michael Vick go over there and he can pull the talent that's in this area and keep them here, get them in Norfolk State, then he can bring Norfolk State up.
Absolutely. I mean, it could definitely be, he could have a Dion effect, get more TV coverage, you know what I'm saying?
We got a lot of talent leave this area.
Everyone likes a winner. So, if people get excited about the hometown, program going on, like you're saying, Cleo, maybe they'll stay, local.
Yep.
Talent is definitely here.
But then
All right,
again, he
NBC.
got to deal with Deshaun Jackson.
What's that?
He got to deal with Deshaun Jackson. He's the head coach up at
Delaware State. Yeah, they picked him up. Yep, they did.
Yeah, but I don't think Norfolk played Delaware. I know Hampton playing with them, but they don't. I ain't never heard Norfolk
Delaware
State
State
playing.
is the MEAC.
Huh?
Delaware State is the MEAC.
I think they do play him.
Oh, they do
They
play
do.
them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely play him in basketball. I'm not 100% sure about football, but they definitely play him in basketball. Yeah.
They play him in football.
Oh yeah.
And they lost to him this year too.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, NBC, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm your host, David McDonald. Want to be a guest on the show? Please reach out to the email that's listed in the video description. And that is all we got for this episode. Thanks for watching. Share with a friend, and we'll see you on the next one.